Well, hello. I'm out here on a quiet morning. Actually, it's a little windy, but I'm out here, which generally doesn't work best for landscapes. But I'm here just because I'm out here. You know, why not? Time with God, outside, taking pictures. Uh, and I do my landscape photography HDR, which is high dynamic range, which means you get a greater range of uh, details you can see, like in the shadow and in the bright sky. When people ask me, well, what is HDR? How does that work? What does that do? Well, I'm going to show you here. And my camera's right here, and I'm going to reverse the camera so you can, the video, so you can see. I'm going to point some things out on my camera. Here we have the back of my camera. We're getting ready to take a landscape shot. HDR, generally you want to use a tripod, although I have done it without a tripod. You get lucky or blessed to have it come out right, but to be sure you'd want a tripod to get your shot to come out right. So if you look over here, we're going to take 3 exposures. Now this is done on what's called, most cameras will have it called AEB, Auto Exposure Bracket. So I've got it set up like that, and you can see I have 3 different exposures here. One's kind of in the middle. I'm a little off to the dark side. Yeah, the dark side, right? Oop, fell off. Here, we'll turn that back on. And just a little bit, because I already took a shot, so I figured out where I need to be. But you can see here we have a little bit we have 2 stops to the left, to the dark, and then 2 stops to the right for the lighter exposure. That lighter exposure is going to pick up shadows, like the tree bark and things like that. And the dark exposure is going to catch that blue sky and the white clouds. And the middle exposure is just there for balance. So what I'll do is I'll take this picture and we'll see how it's all going to work. I'm just going to click. Oh, and I got it on a 2-second timer, so the 2-second timer is going to naturally just do it that way. When you set it on a 10-second timer or 2-second timer, it's going to do all 3 shots. Where if you didn't have it on the self timer, it would just take 1 shot at a time. But if I go like this, we'll hear the click, click, click. So there it is. So it took 3 shots. You could see the last one. This is, of course, the last one. It's brighter, but see, it's overexposed. But it's trying to pick up shadow detail, like down here, or even in the tree bark. And now this one's the dark one. You can see we have blue sky. The camera doesn't. This video camera's not going to show it as well as it actually is in here. And later on, I'll show you how the photos work out on the computer. And so now this is the middle exposure. So that's just the middle tones in the image. So you put all 3 of them together in one photograph, and that's not, most of the professional photographers would not consider that any kind of manipulation, because it's all one scene. I'm not adding, subtracting clouds, plants, trees. It's just doing it for the better details. So so that's a little bit on HDR, and hopefully you'll use it to get better photos. And you could combine them in Photoshop. I'll do it. Lightroom will do it. I use a software called Aurora HDR, because I think it does it better than, actually I know it does it better than Photoshop, but you got to be careful with it, because sometimes it over zaps the photos, and you could pull them back just by using the controls in the software. So, but yeah, that's a little lesson on HDR.